semifinals in the upper bracket between the Indonesian representative of Fearless going up against the Philippines, represented by none other than the Faithful Boys. So, going to picking up our friendly Gizmo reminder where they said you need to be fearless if you want to be faithful. And once again, we would like to remind everyone, please do put a comment in our live in the TikTok channel for you to stand a chance to win one of the three skins giveaway provided by the Riot Games themselves. So definitely look out for that because we have a lot of eyes looking at your comments. Maybe you can just follow the template as provided over there. Who are you supporting and why do you support those teams? And then you can get a chance to win those prizes. So Zach, have you put your comment there?
I don't usually comment there, but I will comment now that I hear that there's gonna be prizes around in the side corner there.
Yes, definitely we can save some skin for ourselves. But no, yeah, we have three skins giveaway for every night when our live stream is up. So please be reminded of that, everyone, so that you can all stand a chance and also join us when supporting the Wild Rift Shattered Pacific Legion, because we would like to have more and more interested stakeholders to go into and invest into the advancement and development of Wild Rift in our Southeast Asia server. So we are still waiting for the game to be loaded for both of these teams. Maybe you can let us know who do you favor more, Mr.
Right now, yet I don't really know between both of them. We have seen the power of the Jace, especially when he's able to get the gold lead. But also on Faithful Boys side, they are a team that really knows how to use their champion well. We saw that with Absolute Zero, where they're jumping in and just continuing their snowball non-stop. And now, heading into this game, I do see that it's gonna be a normal standard laning phase for the early start
Mm-hmm.
due to the fact that most of these champions does not really have the damage they need early. Most of it is into the mid, into the late game, especially onto Fearless side as well as for Faithful Boys. It is more onto an early skirmishes if they're able to get that Viego ahead in their gold lead.
Yeah, so we are going to all eyes on Fuyu. This guy is an absolute monster on his support play. Definitely looking forward to them. But a lot of people is actually supporting the fearless jungler, which is Zip. It's very popular. Now there is a small control, but by the now that is a very lined up
Oh,
situation, but the Ezreal is still able to take the first blood against Orki before he himself actually uh, fall down by Tokachan.
yeah, and the one for one is not going really well for this Corki because the fact that the goal did went to Ezreal and the kill back did go to Rel means that this Ezreal does have a slight gold advantage as well as the experience advantage on against this Corki.
Yes, it's the first blood prize for this ADC in the team of Faithful Boys. Definitely going to pile up soon if it's not being controlled well by on the side of Fearless. But I think they are going maybe to try to do something because looking at the position of these two from Faithful Boys, they are so far ahead. Now Jace is already coming in. He has already cleared his jungle, but then again, there is a support from the Faithful Boys mid then, but it is not enough and Jace is able to take down Fuyu first. But before that is a counter kill. Very nice play by the side of Faithful Boys. Now they are going to take on the third. It's all going in nicely for Evening Child and his friends over here. But then again, the fight is still going on, trying to take whatever is left. Maybe to take down Omnux, but Omnux is still alive. Israel slightly missed on his ultimate skill over there, not being able to predict. Lissandra is actually a little bit far to the left in the bush. Now these two is still going at it, Zach. They are still poking and their poke is in with the killing intention behind is so very scary.
Yeah, and looking at that earlier team fight ago, it was a nice catch by the Fearless side. But the problem is that They took too long to try and kill that Ornn that Viego and Ari was able to move down and get the kills back to the kill and the goal back to Faithfulboiz side. And you can see now the power of this support on Fuyu. The Ornn really does a lot, especially with that wave clearing and that Q from that Ornn being able to knock you up. It sets up for so many things as well as sets you from a disengage, forcing you not to fight them. And it seems like if Ornn and Viego are coming down, they might go for another kill.
Oh, now there is another fight going on, breaking down here in the Dragonland. There's the ultimate from On is able to take down at least one player, that is the Toka-chan. Although he is a bit far ahead compared to On before, but now he is actually falling behind. But anyway, the even worse news is actually is this Ezreal is already 4k gold ahead compared to Corki on the side of Fearless, and we can see already over here Corki is actually having so much trouble trying to hold down this Ezreal, and suddenly he is killed over there. It's quite maybe a mistake over there, a slight mistake, but this Ezreal is a little bit too fat for him to
Yeah.
actually try to handle.
Yeah, and now you can see that the gold are slowly slipping away into the Faithfulboiz side. Having Fate in this ADC on their bot lane now is serving them really well. And they're doing
Oh,
more
look
to
at
get
here.
that snowball going.
At the top lane, this Jax is actually being ganked up by so many people, and he is still going to be taken down. Although he is trying to take down Jang Yuwon with him, but he is not able to do so.
Oh, and the
Looking
bot
at the
side.
bottom side, yeah, the fight is still going on from across the map, and now finally this Ezreal is taken down by most disliked champion. There is a Jace, and this Fuyu will also be killed by the movement of 4 people from Fearless. Now Fearless is able to take down something in the threat against the death of their top laner over there, Bon Blossom. His sacrifice will definitely be very, very worth it. But here comes Onux, maybe trying to get something, trying to protect this first turret down here at the bottom lane. But yeah, is able to at least repel the attacks to at the bottom turret over here.
Yeah, it was a nice counter gang by Fearless side. Seeing that most of Fearless Faithfulboiz team was on the top side, they moved their team onto trying to get this kill onto the Ezreal, trying to slow down his snowball a little bit, as well as getting this Jace a slight gold lead ahead. Now with a Youmu's in his hand, I think what they're going to do with how is going on and Ezreal and Ornn being with the mid, they're gonna trade the Herald for the Drake. Oh,
Onux over here is actually being caught alone, but not enough. At least there's need to be able to be burned down. But suddenly, here comes Fuyu trying to provide the support that Onus might need. But suddenly we found one person from Fearless is quite a little bit off it, and that is Toka-chan. I mean, he's still a support, and his death is still pretty much a good trade-off against whatever Fearless have over there.
yeah,
But it's still death is a death.
yeah. It's also, I will say though, it did go more toward Fearless side. Though they're not able to get much of it, especially the Herald and the Drake. They were able to at least get that bot tower to get some goal into the team, keeping it even still, not too far behind on the gold deposit, only being 2k, and most of those gold going to this carry Jace that they need. As top
Now
side.
somebody is getting caught. That is actually Jace, and you mentioned already he is the most rich person in his team, and now he is taken down by the movement of the side from the Philippines. That is going to move the goal slightly even higher for the Faithfulboiz side.
Blue team lost a turret.
Wow, you gotta give credit to Faithfulboiz, especially onto this Viego. He's getting his timing right. He's getting into those team fight right, especially onto the Ezreal ganks and counter ganking on for his team. You can't you can't deny that, especially into these kind of 5v5 fight, this Viego as a jungler can provide you all this kind of situation sustain and you need. He can carry for the team, he can be the front line to engage using that ultimate to get himself into the team fight. as well as follow up with this orange. So yeah, you gotta admit, Faithful Boys now are doing really well, getting the map pressure
Blue
down,
team lost a
clearing the
turret.
ward, and taking down towers one by one.
Here comes very, very nice movement over here from the side of Fearless, going to be killing the Evening Child first as their target, which is a very, very big target on that one. Fuyu opening up his ultimate, trying to break free the movement of Fearless, but Fearless is not able to take more.
Oh,
They are they are being killed by these pits one by one, but on the side of Faithfulboiz, they are actually going to lose the
Diego!
game, maybe, but this Viego is soloing the whole team on the
Ah!
Fearless side, and that is a pentakill for this Viego, the jungler. Pits 603 on his KDA, 8,000, 9,000 gold onto his back. He is actually absolutely dominating the team fight, solo carrying Faithfulboiz as of 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah, with the collectors in hand means that he's able to kill you and execute you faster with that ultimate, as well as with the high crit rate of Viego in his ability kit, not able to lock him down in those team fights. Even if they got the evening child, they left their utter
It's
damage.
a nice movement over there from the side of Faithfulboiz, once again getting Tokachan first off from the map and maybe trying to get more, but not yet. They still feel that they have pressure enough and maybe looking at the opportunity to look for something else inside the map. At least they can get Camille to be pushing or shoveling the lanes on the top side, while here Fuyu knocking up Corki, and definitely all this line up champion picked by Faithfulboiz can jump onto your back lines even faster than you can blink your eye. But then again, this coordination by the ultimate from this Ornn is really dangerous. The range is so big, and Ornn, look at him over here. He's just walking down towards the side of Fearless, being fearless over here. But
Jax.
what? Yes, at least the Jax is trying to do something. He jumped at the back line, but might not be enough. There's not much killing potential over there from the side of Fearless. He is already taken down, and now it's followed up by Tokachan, and maybe they are going to get more. That is a legendary Viego onto your back, and he is going to get your match. Sandra is taken down as well. This Viego is no longer stoppable as of 10 minutes into the game, Zach.
Yeah, people may call this champion a Ruined King, but honestly, in Pit's hands right now, this Ruined King are looking unstoppable. With that,
He's ruining other team.
yeah, he got 3k gold lead, 9 kill, and the collectors now even have, I think it's 7 to 8 procs, meaning that that thing is gonna do a lot of damage, especially in the team fight, able to burst the backline of Fearless. While they have the things, they have what they need to kind of win the game, but being this behind, especially onto this Chase and this Corki getting killed all the time in the team fight, means that they can't really do much, even if they were able to jump in and kill someone.
Has slain Baron Nashor.
That's a problem now, because it's not so easy to find Viego as well. He is being it's not that he's being protected, but rather he is actually moving a little bit on the side of team fight. He's like everywhere from the back until the front, until even at the sides, but he is not easily catchable. With Fuyu at the front line, things is just going to get harder for the side of Fearless. The Indonesians has to do something. They might try to find this Viego, but I'm not sure. If you delete Viego, then your next threat is going to be this Ezreal. If you are able to take down Ezreal, then your next threat is going to be the Camille. And this Camille is actually locking down key champions. Team fight after team fight is so hard for Fearless now.
Yeah, and it's also
Oh,
not just
this is suddenly bursted down just like that from the side of Faithful
Blue
Boys.
team lost
just
a turret.
absolutely
protect his
deleted,
turret.
trying to protect the bottom side. Yeah.
Now that is very, very bad news now. Tokacha is trying to take on something, but he is just melting against this damage by the side of Faithful Boys, and that is not the way for you to enter the team fight. Lissandra also going to be taken down as well. Jax now has been killed by Camille. That is a solo kill. I think happening at the
Oh.
top side. Now it's just going to be a cleaning up from the side of Faithfulboiz. Only one champion left from the side of Fearless with the whole, I mean, the whole minion army is actually inside your base. Faithfulboiz, wow, very, very strong opening in the first game of the best of three in the first semi-final for tonight, Zach.
Yeah. In 13 minutes, they were able to snowball this Viego to a point that he cannot be stopped. He is absolutely unstoppable. Not a single death into his name. It is just straight dominance with that 1107 by pits on that Viego. And
MVP, hands down.
MVP, I guess. And it really shows you just how well Faithfulboiz are playing these matches. Like, we saw with Absolute Zero that their team fight is really good, especially with the skirmishes. And before, it was not really focused onto the jungler that much. But now you're seeing that even when the focus is not onto their main carries like the mid or the ADC or the top laner, even the jungle, they're just everyone is flexible enough to be the carry and be the person to stand up in front of their team. And for Fearless side, while they did draft it quite well in most people that will say, it will not help them that the Jace did go to the jungle side. He's not able to bully the Camille, nor is the Jax able to do anything against the Camille. And I hope to see a different draft coming into the second match for this series.
Yeah, so we are going to take a very short break and we will be right back for the second game between the Philippines going up against the Indonesians. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second game between Faithfulboiz going up against the Fearless representative and the top seeder from both regions. They are going to duke it out in this second game. Will Fearless be able to equalize the point, or the Faithfulboiz will be able to go one step ahead and become a finalist for the final upper bracket sexy. And now we are going to go into directly the draft over here, Zach, and we already have cleared the first. We're going to be clearing soon the first band phase.
Yeah, and looking at now, the band phase is literally almost closest to the same as the last game. It was Riven, Nocturne, J4, and Akali once again being put into those ban lists by both teams. But now Faithfulboiz are banning what seems to be a Poppy as a jungler, as well as Fearless Side once again banning a Vi.
I think this bias might be the respect band, and
Oh,
this
hard.
speeds the jungler from the side of Faithful Boys has been showing why he is one of best jungle player I think I have seen here in this tournament. So Bart has been picked over here, Zach. We
Yeah,
might be
once
seeing
again,
combo that we see yesterday.
yeah, might be. With Fuyu on this board yet again, is gonna be very tedious for the side of Fearless unless they want to counter pick it immediately with an Alistar. Now, I don't think so. Alistar is the way to go to try and stop the Bard, but then again, most champion can't really stop the Bard. It's just
Mm-hmm.
too much utility, too much roaming, and not really much can match it up unless you're planning to play, of course, yet another poke champ into it, like a Jin, or like I was about to say, a Karma going with this Jin, long range distant ADCs and pokes that can just land into the enemy. And I was gonna say Ezreal, but Ezreal is once again in fearless drafting, meaning these champs cannot be played again into this game number two.
Yeah. So I think Jin does not make it into the pick in the previous game. So I believe that Fearless might would like to definitely have this gene in their composition. So this is going to be all into the ADC from the side of Fearless. I think they believe him to be going to be able to take over this game and run his show from the mid until the late game phase. So maybe we are going to see. No, they don't plan to take the champions. So maybe
Aurelia?
yeah. So yeah, maybe
It's an
Aurelia is
Aurelia!
it's not really I mean out of the world pick. So yesterday we see Aurelia is actually one of the band champions, but yeah, that is, will they take Nautilus or will they take Atrox? Both of them is actually much more popular. But Zach, we have a Draven in the lineup for the Faithful Boys.
Yeah, and I hope to see that they play this Draven more aggressively than most ADC is, because especially with that passive and the early game snowballing kind of thing that Draven can do with a Bard to support him on both healing and stunning for the enemy, I think so this Draven will be a massive problem if Fearless are unable to deal with him, especially when he's able to get those gold from his passive and follow up onto Fearless Line. They do have an Aatrox that I'm thinking is gonna go to either a top lane or a jungle, which is pretty nice to have, especially that now enemy does have an Irelia. Both are not gonna be too far off from each other, but Irelia, of course, is kind of one of the four horsemen on top laners, four horsewomen on top laner that kind of annoys everyone a lot. No matter how it is, you have to learn at least one of them. And going into ban draft number two, Fearless are
Mm-hmm.
gonna get banning Aurora and Ambessa, with Faithfulboiz now on
Yep.
their second last ban, being
Ooh.
Fiora and Lee Sin.
They really don't want to, face up against Lee Sin, because in the last game they also banned Lee Sin against Fearless. But I think, is there a chance we're going to see Aurelia and Atrax going into the mid lane? But yeah, hopefully not so, because we have so much more champions that they can take. I think um, even Oriana is still in the pool, hasn't been touched,
Rumble.
and oh, Rumble. Wait, they don't. No, no. We still have one more pick. We still have one more pick. They don't think that they can do it. Send Atrox into the middle, or maybe even Rumble can be sent into the middle. But yeah, anything can happen, Zach. Right?
Yeah.
Rice. Okay, Rice is a much more conventional pick for the mid lane. Very, very good early game. It can easily snowball and carry the team hard in the mid game phase. even being very very impactful during the end of the late game scenario. So they are hovering um, Wukong. Wow.
The monkey. Yeah,
Wow. I
which is
mean, we seldom see this.
yeah, we seldom see it on our side of WSPL, but it is not too bad of a champion, especially as an engage. But unfortunately for us, it's gonna be another assassin, and in the Kazakhs, the Fearless
They,
does seem like to.
oh,
Oh,
they are the one going to tag that Wukong. I mean, like, maybe Faithfulboiz has been thinking about still picking that Wukong from Fearless. They might know some of the the past game matches data from side of Fearless, but then again, they put more trust into Kha'Zix, where I think we already saw in our live stream yesterday how Kha'Zix is able to take down a lot of these enemy champions off the screen, but it's not given proper highlight. But this time around, he is in the hand of the MVP from the last game, which is Pitts. So looking forward to how Pitts going to play Kha'Zix.
yeah, and looking on Fearless side, Aatrox is the one going to the jungle and Rumble to deal with the Ryze. Now, Rumble is mostly a lane bully on the top lane due to the fact that he is
Yeah,
AP and he got shred, but he's nerfed it a bit. So putting him against the Ryze is not too bad of an idea. And they're picking this Wukong not as a jungler, but instead a top laner, which is pretty okay to go up against this Irelia with his armoring as well as his lethality damage from the QE combo, as well as using the ultimate, able to stop her combos or even get and engage into the team.
yeah. During the tournament, you can usually change how the way you play, and sometimes even maybe kind of out of your conventional way or unorthodox play picks can give you nice results. I think last time in tournament I saw Midland Garen really take over the show. So it's almost a lot of this unconventional way of playing can catch your opponents off guard. So let's see how this Wukong will play out going up against Aurelia. And the mid lane, the Rumble is going to try to face off Rice. Still, I believe that Rice is also the type of champion that can bully the enemy champion in the mid lane. But then again, Rumble is a very 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 strong champion to have, and then this is not really too bad for Fearless themselves.
Yep. And you can say that both sides have drafted pretty decently. It's kind of not what you expect with most champion, especially now that you're looking at it. It is an Irelia
Mm-hmm.
on for the Faithfulboiz side, as well as Fearless having an Aatrox and a Rumble in their mid and jungle. You can't say it's unorthodox, but at the same time, they are really good in the patch. While some of them may be
Yeah.
nerfed, they're still sustainable and doable, especially with the Aatrox if he's able to once again get an early lead. But I do want to see is Fearless Wukong. I want to see Bone Blossom up there do his best with the Wukong
Minions have
because
spawned.
I don't know about you guys, but I have watched some Wukong jump into enemy 5-man and fail miserably, sometimes in the jungle, sometimes in the top laner, but especially in this one, I hope this Wukong can do something to deal with this Irelia.
Yes, with one score behind, we are going to watch the second game between Fearless going up against Faithfulboiz in this best of three for the first semi-finals of the upper bracket in the WSPL 2025. Thank you to our host, thank you to our funders, and also the supportive by our community as well. So please do not forget to comment, provide us why, and not necessarily why this first
Oh,
blood can happen in the hands of Bond Blossom, but I believe this is what Zack wants from the side of Fearless.
a nice first blood from Bone Blossom with the Wukong, now already dealing with this Irelia like I want him to do. This is exactly how you're supposed to play him, trying to deal as much annoyance being tanky, especially when you're level 3, one level ahead against this Aurelia. She's not able to get her Pyro Spike yet, and the bot side
Yes, and
seems
this
like,
bottom side over here,
oh,
Jin is taken down by Draven, even though he is actually supposedly to be much further reach and much higher in terms of range. But then again, they are still poking over here. Alista, Tako-chan has to at the same time unleash some of his skills onto this two men from the Faithfulboiz. I mean, like Faithfulboiz on the side of Dragon Lane or the bottom lane, they are very strong. Fuyu and Evening Child.
or
But then again, I'm talking about their strength, and suddenly the mid laner, no, the jungler is actually Pits. Come over here and try to help out, but at the same time, this Atrox is also here providing some support to his or the team's bottom lane, quite in the dire state. I presume, because as you can see over here, Jin is 1,300 as opposed to Draven already 2,300 on his goal and net worth.
yeah, and now that's the problem with an enemy Draven. If he's able to get a kill and cash out with his passive, he's gonna have a goat lead against you no matter what. Now seeing onto his itemization, he has a tier 2 boost already in his pocket and already building his second item while Jin is still stuck with just a sword.
Oh, now that's just quite the downside of things on how what is happening in Fearless. But I think they need to maybe try to. I'm not sure. Maybe they can try to babysit Jin a little bit further, because now Alesta is seen to be in the middle lane instead of supporting this Jin. But however, also down there it's only Draven. It's been left behind by the side of Faithfulboiz. Being Faithful now, Bond Blossom is actually aimed at the movement from the side of the Philippines. Is now able to kill this monkey, giving some breathing room to the Jungwon. But at the same time, Atrox going in, but it's not sustained enough to actually try to get maybe some redemption for his fallen top laner. But then again, he's actually giving out his life and giving even more to Faithfulboiz.
A nice play, a nice gank by Faithfulboiz, especially with Fuyu over here using the Bard OT to cancel out the tower, letting them dive Bone Blossom with ease, as well as in that team fight. Zeef did try his best to try and figure things out and try and get a kill onto anyone, at least to get even for a 1-for-1 on top side, but unfortunately for him, Aurelia's stun was there alongside with this Bard. Which now you can see Bart is quite of one of the biggest problem they have for Fearless. He's able to roam around, especially now due to the fact that Draven is goat lead ahead of this Jin. As
Yep. Now they actually ping that the Fuyu is moving up, but suddenly he's actually going back down. I think it's some sort of a bait that has been opened by this Bart, and then at the same time, top lane is going up against each other. Rise, Rumble is looking at each other at point blank. Maybe it's looking at the potential of moving towards the bottom side to provide some ganking opportunities. But then again, on the top side, Bond Blossom this time around is quite struggling against Aurelia, played by
Yeah.
Jang Yuan. But now he's already unleashed his clone. Aurelia is already down. They're very nice flash over there, able to take down this Aurelia once again, but with the help of Atrox. But now Atrox,
Oh.
he is in a dangerous position. He's taken down by the movement from the
And
support on the side of the board. Oh no, once again, they are going to go up to this top lane and maybe just rush into Bond Blossom directly under the turret. And this is looking pretty grim in the top lane side for the Fearless already.
yeah, but at the same time for Faithfulboiz, their bot lane was dived by both Andy and Toka-chan on the bot side, getting a kill onto this Draven, which is nice because it went to the Jin, meaning that he got some gold, but this Aurelia seems like he's shredding through most of their front.
I don't think
Oh.
that he can survive that. No, he is able to.
He's still going?
Is he? He's no. He's
No.
died. He died. He died. This Atrox is able to just get him. I mean, like
Yeah.
it's an Atrox. Atrox can easily mow you down. But oh no! Once again, Ziv is in a very offside position, looking at the potential opportunity to take the side objectives, but ended up going to be kill himself, trying to look at the ice dragon now. There's a lot of blue colors over here in the side of the jungle for Fearless. A little bit scary over here for them to actually go into
Oh, they caught the
the
Jin.
invading. Oh no, Fuyu. He's once again able to cut Jin, but then again, at least Tokachan is able to take something. But during the meantime, Curtain's Call is open, but it's not able to hit anybody so fast from the side of Faithfulboiz to retreat. But on the way they retreated, they are able to get this Rumble. This Rumble is slowed down by the movement of these three players from the side. Faithfulboiz
fight's still
still
going.
again kiting, pulling, peeling off one by one, but yeah, they are still able to make this pit escape, but at the same time able to kill this Wukong. Again, Alistar is also taken down by Irelia, but at least Jin is able to revenge his fallen friends, being able to take down this Irelia, but this Irelia is already so far ahead, Zach.
Yeah, and while we see that it's not really. Oh no, they're still going.
They're still going at it, but at the same time, it is not too worth it for the side of Fearless. Ziv is also down now, along with Andy Garcia. Those two are supposed to have to rack up more goals, but they are the one that is keep on dying. Look at their KDA; they actually have among the highest death within their team.
Yeah, and now even though you're looking at Aurelia being at a 4-4 deficit on the KDA side, she still is a formidable champion, especially if he's able to catch you and
Irelia is able
it's
to kill Jin somewhere off the map, but at the same time we see the movement of Fuyu along with Sevening Child once again take down this Rumble, but maybe oh my god, that Atrox it's just removed. Even though they are actually ganging up on this Irelia, but at the same time, Wukong, he's also dying here at the top side. What's happening now, Zach?
Fearless are just playing fearless. They're one-manning all the lane objective. They're going to their lane alone, trying to get any kind of goal back or trying to at least, fight back some vision, fight back some way to win the game. But if you're gonna leave yourself alone like that, without any support from your team and just by yourself, Faithfulboiz are
Oh.
gonna catch you.
Now another movement from Pitts. He's just two hit and two shot that Jin down. Your marksman is already down before the fight is even started. But again, Pitts, he's able to jump across that barrier. Oh my god. This jungle from Faithfulboiz, he's playing with his foot now. Kha'Zix is so powerful now. Pitts, he's shining so much in today's series, Zach.
Yeah, and now even with his second item now, the Serpent Fang means that these tankier champions like the Wukong, Rumble, and Alistar ain't gonna do much to stop him from shredding you down. And even if he stopped, what can you do against them? They have Rise to CCU, they have Draven that's really ahead in their gold. 3k gold ahead of this Jin, as well as this Bard that's just been playing really well by Fuyu.
Fuyu has been showing why he is
Oh,
among the. Oh, that is so terrible. But at least Rumble is able to take down.
Wait.
Take down in the enemy side from the Faithfulboiz first. But then again, they are falling down like flies one by one at the hand of this Kha'Zix. Maybe trying to look at. No, he's not able to get that Quadra onto Rumble because Rumble is already able to kill his teammates. But then again, at least they are able to take objectives as well along with them. Faithfulboiz showing they are dominating in this second game as well. But then he is doing absolutely everything for his team now. 10,000 for the three players inside Faithfulboiz.
I'm just perplexed. you can see that Faithfulboiz players are stepping up, especially on this Kha'Zix, on Piss, as well as Evening Child. They are the front. They're not the front line, but they are the carry that's doing all the damages. Oh,
Oh my god, that stuff is so nice. I mean, like they are looking at the wave to actually catch that Draven alone, but he's actually baiting them to actually waste something. But then again, um, it's okay. I think they can go back and reset this, and I think Fearless should be mindful of what Faithful Boys can do. As of now, within 12 minutes already inside this game, Jang Yuan is going to look at the top. At the same time, in the middle lane over here, a fight is breaking out. Now that Jin is once again taken down, but they are really, really trying their best to get this Draven able to give it to Rumble, at least being the best in his team now, but he is not yet that kind of a red boss or monster level yet. Also taken down along with his friends Andy Garcia as well as Toka-chan. It's just for Evening Child, Zach. Just for one ADC.
yeah, trading one ADC for most of your team, as well as being those champion that's supposed to be your front line, means that they can't really fight this Baron, especially with the shred that Faithful Boy have. Pitts, JD1, and Unops, these champions that they're playing with the Aurelia, Kha'Zix, and Riot can shred. Oh my
No,
god.
no, no. I mean, at this stage of the game, I mean, like the state of the game itself,
Oh.
they are free to do this. This Aurelia, no, just go at the backside. The curtain calls open. Maybe Jin can get something, but no, even Rice is on a streak now. Now, take a look at Ardo over here. He is alone under their own turret. I mean, perplex is not even the right word now. Right word now. I mean, this is just the way things should go, given the how far ahead Faithful Boys are already at, right, Zach? I mean,
Yeah.
what
And
can
looking at it
what else can
now, it
happen?
feels and looking at it now, it feels like fate is absolute as the Faithful Boys are gonna play with their food a little bit as they slowly
Uh,
chip off this Nexus.
they do give two of their members to the side of Fearless, but again they still have most of their teammates over here. I mean, Rice is still not even a single tap to his name. That Draven, just playing around. You mentioned just now playing with food. All the minions is already targeting their base. So just a matter of time before Faithful Boys is able to claim the victory 2-0. Very strong showing from the Philippines. That's the potential champion over here, Zach.
Yeah, like we have watched this so far, and most of the fights that we've seen on Faithful Boys are just them playing better on it as a team, especially in the team fights. And even in the ganking lane, Pitts over here and Fuyu just does a lot to kind of ease it off and snowball their leads for Faithful Boys side. And Fearless, they're not really able to do much to stop anything that the Faithful Boys have drafted for themselves. They tried to build a team around Jin to try and be a sustain as well as a utility in the backline who can carry them in the late game. But giving a kill to Draven means that the Bard can roam around with the Kha'Zix and just wreak havoc everywhere.
Yeah. So what Faithful Boys is able to show us today is that no matter what champion you pick, you play them well, if you execute your game plan well, you are going to be able to win the game strongly. I mean, like really, really strong. Their pick is absolutely amazing from the draft up to the game execution as well as each player's mechanical skill. It shows off a really, really off the chart kind of team. So we are going to move over from this first semi-final. Faithful Boys is now in the finals for the upper bracket already and going to be waiting either their friendly ally Adventus or the OD from the MSP region. Stay tuned with us. We will be right back soon. Welcome back to the WSPL Well Shadowed Pacific Legion 2025, organized by Instalock Esports with the co-partners of Unimas Esports Club as well as Gizmo Gamers Esports Arena. And a shout out to our community of WSPL. This is a tournament fully funded and sponsored by the Dana Isukan KBS funding program for the esports initiatives under the Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Government of Malaysia, with the support of ESI and Rakan Muda as well as Rakan Muda Digital. The whole tournament is supported by the job on campus of the University Malaysia Sarawak Unimas here in Borneo Island, Sarawak of Malaysia. So we are going to go into our second semi-final, or the second best of three for tonight, with Mr. A and lovely co-duo cast with me, Mr. Zach on the line. Hello, Zach.
Yeah. Once again, we're up here to be casting on our second series of the night. This time being Adventus Negus and outdated drafters. So
It's
we
okay.
got
We tried our best. We tried our Okay, great. We got the second Philippines team in the semi-final. That is one very, very fun fact that we have in the WSPL 2025, Zach.
yeah, outdated drafter being one of our seeds from our country, of course, going up
Yes.
against what we see is Adventus. And I
Mhm.
hope to see a good match from outdated drafter, especially of course a bit patriotic of our own region. And hopefully it is not a 2-0. I see a lot of 2-0s recently, and I do not want to see that today on this match, especially from these two teams.
Yes, the thing is, there's a lot of 2-0s down there in the lower bracket, but for those who actually lost it the first round of the lower bracket, sadly, finishing as the top 12, they are not able to get a hand on our total prize pool of Malaysian ringgit 10,000, where we have our total prize pool to be distributed up until the top 8 winners only. So we have the Last King, Bumblebee, as well as Absolute Zero and 1.5 odds. They are going to be happy that they will at least get something from this first round of lower bracket, being able to advance one more step in the second round of the lower bracket. Definitely, Fearless is already down there waiting for the third round of the lower bracket, and we are going to see who will be waiting on the bottom side of the third round of the lower bracket between Adventus and the outdated drafters. So really looking forward on what these two teams have in store with us. We have saw Adventus yesterday with their fast tempo gameplay catches Bumblebee, the top seeder from Myanmar region, um, really surprisingly. So will they be able to do so um, in this second best of three for them, or the outdated drafter can push them back down?
Yeah, and now we are
Yes.
going into the banning phase, and for Adventus, or we can call them Adventus Kings from the Philippines over there, is gonna
Yes.
be banning Aatrox as their first ban. Now, for outdated drafter, they are taking their time to slowly ban their first champion, and it's gonna be the
Viego.
Viego, respecting that damage, that very strong snowballing champion from both sides. And you can see now it is pretty respectful with this Aatrox and Viego band. Both are very snowbally and in late game can carry hard if their team supported them. Oh,
Yes, we are expecting Zillion as well. There might be another Bart Ben as well as Lissandra Nocturne. These are among the popular ones. I think Lissandra won the game in our last match, looking at Fearless. No, I think it's Fearless is the one that drafted Lissandra, but is not able to take the win against the Ari from Faithfulboiz. So we will see how. But Lee Sin is now getting the third ban for today. Zach.
yeah, a very respectful van to the Lee Sin. as well as yet again Nocturne. Both of these champions on the jungle side has been respectfully banned most of the time, no matter which side is coming from. It's just they're just that good at their job if they can snowball or that the team is unable to deal with them. And now looking at outdated drafter, they are having their last ban slowly picked out, not knowing what
Mhm.
it's gonna be until it's gonna be an Irelia.
Really, okay. So we have so many things left open in the pool now. Bart is open. I mean, it's among the top band that we can see before. J4 or Jarvan. Jarvan actually escaped the first ban phase, but then again, usually is banned during the second ban phase. So Bart is already taken by the side of Adventus, Zach.
Yeah, and now they just have to either draft something to deal with this bard or try to match out the bard, which is again a very hard thing to do, especially when they first pick it like that, with how much it can provide for the team. And for outdated drafter, they are gonna pick what I think is supposed to be a comfort with MSB champion being Lucian as the ADC.
Mm-hmm. Or yeah, so
Oh,
MSB, our region, right? So this, if they are going to lock onto this J4, I think this is the best time for them to do so. And yep, so we will finally be able to watch J4 in the live stream matches, ladies and gentlemen. It's something that we are really looking forward to. So
yeah,
what might
and
be the ADC from Aventus, maybe?
I mean, Aventus doesn't have to force it out, and it's gonna be a Corky with the bard. So there are gonna be a lot of poking on the bot side. And for outdated drafter, they are going with copper pick of the MSB being a Lucian, as well as this J4, which at this patch of right now with fellow Demancian Shinzao are really strong as a carry or even a utility jungle. Both of them being able to disengage or engage for a team, as well as providing a lot of space, especially J4 with his ability to dive in and out and then using his aura field to kind of slow down the enemy and give attack speed for his own teammates. It makes him a really good jungle, and pairing this up with Illusion and Anami means that they have a really strong bot duo and a very wide utility, as well as able to deal a lot of things. Switch Arnie knife, yeah. Jarvan as the jungler,
Yeah.
and going in for
So
the
now,
second banning phase, there is a ban going to Camille.
mhm.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I think Camille Aurora is kind of like second Ben face favorite, but we saw Shavana. It's actually made it into the game yesterday, which is very played really well by the Faithful Boys. Maybe it's one of the soft and comfort pick by the Philippines players, I suppose. But then again, Nami is a very unusual for me. It's unusual uh, during our live stream matches. But then again, this might be what we say that the MSB kind of composition, right? So we see Orn, we saw a little bit kind of different champions that is being used as the support for the Philippines, for the Indonesian. So now the Malaysian, Singapore, Brunei bringing something else, a different flavor to the draft. They even drafted a Twisted Fate over here, Zach.
yeah. The Twisted Fate with the champions that they're banning out. This mid laner is more of yet again another utility sustain kind of champion, which he's able to get a lot of gold from his passive, especially, as well as the stun lock and all of this, is able to deal its own fair share of damage towards what I assume is going to be a Galio. Of course, the Galio is going mid lane, as well as provide some spacing with the stun card, as Adventus over here are picking a Vi to go against the Jarvan.
Now these two are the junglers that has been banned throughout the entirety of our live stream matches. Really, really exciting to see both of these champions being picked and being played against each other now in our second live stream of the best of three for today. Now, this is really looking forward, looking something really, really interesting in a sense that even Jax is being picked in the last three matches that we have been together, Zach. So Jax is much, much more popular in the current meta as I thought he would be. Ambessa is going
Yeah,
to be locked in.
yeah, and Ambessa is, I guess, gonna be the counter by outdated Drafter toward this Jax being kind of tedious to catch, especially being able to use the Drake Hound steps to kind of dodge and as well as deal a lot of damage with the max HP, and also being yet again for outdated drafter side a second engage to catch out this Corki as their main target and assassinating him in that backline. So now with both draft out, I want to say that this is a very standard from both sides, as well as their plays
Mhm.
are very much easy to understand. For Aventus over here, they are trying to get that Corki fed as well as protect him, while Vi Galio combo means absolute destruction into if they're able to get into the middle of them all. As for Outdated Drafter, it is about catching people. The Twisted Fate, the J4, then Ambessa, all of them can catch someone with an ability and jump them to death and let the Lucian start carrying you in the late game and providing that damage with the Nami as a supportive backline.
Yeah, I think even the control that they have on the side of outdated drafters is enough. They have a J4 being able to really, really isolate key target or even isolated important champion from the lineup of this, on the side of Adventus is going to be really, really the threat, the things that needs to be addressed well by the side of Philippines. Will they be able to, you know, be able to nullify these attempts from the side of outdated drafters, or will the outdated drafters be able to show their elderly experience toward this teams of Adventus from the side of Philippines? We are going to witness them together in our second best of three for the semifinals in the upper bracket of the WSPL 2025. First game soon going to be shown and displayed in our screen. So do not forget to put up your comments saying which is your favorite team or what are the mechanical things that you actually able to see that we didn't able to foresaw or report, or maybe there are some key plays or key tactics that all these teams have been using that is pretty much constructive to our community. Please comment them in our TikTok live so that you can stand a chance to win one of the three skins giveaway by Riot Games themselves. Thank you, Riot, for supporting us as the community event for this region. So do keep on tap the screen on the TikTok live. Give us more likes, post more comments so that you can actually show more engagement. Maybe we can jump into as the FYP and give us the like and the share from the Facebook as well. We are also live streaming in the Gizmo Arena's YouTube channel as well. So please follow that channel so that we can increase and provide even much better coverage of Wild Rift in our Southeast Asian region. So Zach, between the MSB team as well as the Adventus lineup, which one you favors more?
Right now, I will say with Biassy coming into my situation and all of that, I do want at least outdated drafter to win one game. If they're not able to get the two game win, at least one game out of the kings of the Philippines over there. And for the Adventus side, I do hope that they do their best. Of course, we have seen them do their best, especially after that match against Bumblebee. And yeah, I just hope both team. I'm supporting both team, and I'm hoping both team does their best in this match.
Yes, looking at the way Adventus played yesterday, where they are actually focusing more on the swift, fast, early to mid game tempo kind of composition and game plan. So, what about it if looking at the draft that they have today, which is looking quite different in a sense? But what do you think, Zach? Is it as fast as yesterday's, or is it going to be much slower pace compared to yesterday?
I, I would think that it might go slower onto both sides because of J4 being much more of a mid to late game kind of champion. So it's gonna be up to the junglers, which I am gonna focus more on, as well as the bot lane side. Of course, Corki is more of a late game, and Lucian is more of an early game, means that it's gonna be a trivial on those two sides, as well as, of course, like I said, the jungle need to be the main bot side. Seems like they're
Oh, this actually already something going on, and again, Corky, the ADC is the target, but on this side of the lane, oh, that Jarvan really knocks away onto the Vi and is able to take her down after she's able to get the score onto the ADC of the not the ADC but emotion on the Nami. It's actually taken down by the Vi just now.
Yeah, and once again, I do see the king of the jungler, J4 himself, Love JL over there, is doing his job. Now going onto the mid lane
He's
for yet another gank.
but maybe it's already smelt by Galio, and Galio seems to be already backing away. But look at the jungle side of both teams. Even Vi is already there on the mid lane. This bottom side of the lane is still poking at each other. Vi intentions, showing his intention of providing support to the mid lane, not giving the opportunity for the J4 to actually do something or catch Galio off guard. Definitely not the player that you want to be taken down as early as these 3 minutes inside of the game. This top lane, what do you think, Zach?
Well, right now it doesn't seem like much is going on other than the Vi is hiding in that bush, meaning that they want to jump this Ambessa if they have the opportunity to do so. And
They're
oh,
betting. I mean, like they're betting
oh
hard for
yeah,
the side. Oh, she's actually going to move to the front. Then suddenly Vi move in and Jarvan unleashing each of their
and here comes
respective.
Galio and a TF.
Oh, that zero entrance is not really providing enough impact as it's supposed to be. But again, the taunts from Galio in intentions is in danger
Vi,
now. Vi is taken down by the king of the jungle mentioned by Zach just now.
yeah, and it was a well play by the outdated drafters over here. Wait,
Oh, we are having some
unfortunate
technical difficulties.
technical issues, yeah. But
Yeah.
back to the game right now, especially
Oh, again,
onto the outdated drafter side, they are playing really well using this J-Force early and mid to late game to try and support the team into their mid games, especially with the Ambessa being supported, getting an assist as well as 2 kills going into the J4 means that he does get the earlier power spike for his Triforce, I believe.
yes, we already see Fetch as well as Blue Sword is already completed by J4 and with his strong KDA 200, but still not that far ahead compared to Vi. I think it's possibly because the early kill by Vi is actually providing much needed the early spike towards the jungler from the Adventus side. First blood is actually going to his name, but then again, it's only the first blood is the only blood that the Adventus have up to the 5th minute of the game. But looking at the position of many players from both side of the teams, hovering around at this bottom side of the river, maybe trying to make something happen, but there's had to be anything. This Lucian is farming well, uh,
The
at the
bar,
very least.
the bar portal. Oh,
Well, it's okay. I mean, like things might happen. I mean, things can happen, right? So, Ambessa is moving towards the top lane. As we can see, Jax is already doing so much damage and poking towards the top turret over here, but still not yet that much in the early
oh,
side of the game.
fire
But then
Jax.
again, here is the entry from the jungler and the top laner from the side of Adventus aiming at this Ambessa, but this Ambessa is quite hard to be taken down. And then William showing up at the top using TF's ultimate skill, but then again, still trying to go at it.
Oh,
And then finally, now there's a stop there from the Bard, but it's just a stop and nothing is happening. No follow up or whatsoever.
yeah, and directly into that is just gonna be a trade of objectives. Oh, Galio coming in to save the Shy over here, as well as protect this tower from going down to this Dearest and Emotion.
Oh, again, we
Oh,
can
the
see the
flash!
power of Bart moving around, but suddenly Ambessa is the one that is died. But is this enough to kill Dearest? Dearest is still able to get alive. But suddenly, when our camera is at the top, the killing happened at the bottom side of the screen. Nami is able to get one kill on his own. Now Shy and Emotion going to go at it together. The bubble release and unleashed by Emotion, not being able to hit it. But then the Thorn over here, maybe he is going to die. No, not really, because even the Twisted Fate is not really fat as of our 8 minutes into the game. So
Yeah,
not much.
as well as his building is gonna be a Rod of Ages, meaning that he's not really gonna do much damage until the Rod of Ages stack does hit 10 for that power spike, meaning that he's mostly gonna be utility wise for these early phases until he's able to get that AP down.
Oh, there is a movement here by J4 Love R, but now suddenly stop. Everyone
Whoa!
is just waiting for the hero to enter it. Slamming upon the ground, Galio is able to do things that he wanted to do, and this guy is able to get the trophy, killing William just now. And now there is a still trying to push this fight ongoing. That is the Ambessa. Ambessa is able to get
Oh!
Galio as well. Two deaths two kills onto his name, but then again, this Nami is not going to die. Intentions is fated hard by emotion. Emotions very strong on this Nami with all the control, all the healing. He is baiting the Adventus so hard with this Nami.
Yeah, and a massive outplay by outdated drafter over here. Aventus actually played well. Getting the two-man catch on that mid side was a really good catch, but the problem is that they overextended. They went into the enemy jungle thinking that they can kill this Nami, only for these Zesun to get them caught off guard with this Ambessa damage on that Eclipse.
Oh no. I mean, this is going to be the story of this game for quite some time. You will see J4 going to move in with someone, diving under the turret, especially against the Corki. So we are going to see that a lot, but at the same time, at the bottom side of the lane over here, the fight is still dragging on because there have yet to be too much burst of damage by both sides of the team. And William is going to be taken down over here. They are still going to push in. This going to be a fight, a 3-man versus 3-man between these two teams. But Lucian is the one going to be able to get his killing spree, providing enough DPS against the Manila Arenam as well as intention. Why he is great in the early game, but now he's giving a little bit too much depth to his name against the outdated drafter. And now this might be not so good for the jungler of Adventus. But he's still ahead. He's still ahead. Yes, Mr. Zach is still in the technical difficulty, still not. Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
back, Mr. Zach?
Yes, I
Okay,
am
finally.
back.
Sorry for the technicalities. Yeah, we are having a lot of these technical issues that might happen from time to time. But the game's
Yeah,
still going on between these two teams, duking it out each other.
and right now, as I was saying before the technical difficulties happening, um, for Adventus side, these kind of fight skirmishes that they're doing to get the KDA back is actually providing them some comfort because now they're not really too far behind on their enemy. They're getting some goal, especially from that three towers that they got when they got the bounty up. So in the end, even though they're not really at the best shape as of KDA and Go, they are still able to fight back.
Oh no, there is a good initiation from the side of OD, but there's Koki spraying. Not really enough damage yet from the side of the Philippines, but then again, the fight is being dragging, splitting into the top as well as the right side of this lane. Both of these teams is having so much tankiness and durability that each of the team's DPS is not able to kill or burst the other side too fast enough.
Oh, the
But
bar!
at least Adventus' own part is going to be taken down as well as the last person being killed here from the side of OD. OD, I think, even though they are down two men, but they are trying to push it. Nami releasing that wave, not able to get anything yet, but at least they are going to look at this ice dragon. Maybe this Corki would plan to steal it, or
No,
if
I don't
if
think.
he does,
The dragon.
Yeah,
yeah, if he does, it's very risky.
yeah. As well as Adventus maybe overhyped themselves because over there the team fight did went to their side. They were able to get the 2-3 trade off, but unfortunately for them, Bart kind of overextended that team fight, going into three man when they're all low HP. So it's a really nice thing that outdated drafter are doing now. They're just punishing these small mistakes that Aventus are doing, and the more they do this, especially down the line, it's gonna punish them really hard. Oh,
Yeah, they are not that far ahead, but then again, smelling the potential of the foam and ganking over here, they are moving and busted down J4 first. Now, Zesune is a little bit too far off, but he will be able to rejoin this fight, but they are already two men behind. Corky is able to get a rampage over here, even though we say that he seems to be lacking on the damage department, but he's still able to get the damage going in for the side of Adventus. Now things are looking quite well for the side of Adventus. They are actually down by 2k gold in total, but now they are again closing in with the Baron. Now they are really on the advantageous side compared to OD, even though we say that has been playing out of their mind to get all the things going in their favor since the first minute of the game, but now seems to be losing the grip of the game as well.
yeah, because now with that good catch by Aventus Intentions over here, they were able to catch the J4 as well as the Zesuni on the Ambessa, meaning that they were able to get the Baron. And even then,
Boy,
though
here
we were
comes the back. The backside has been aimed by this Vi, but then again, this Vi is actually surviving. Not yet enough damage from the side of OD, even though it is so far ahead. Intentions.
Yeah, and like before being cutting off, I will not say what I was supposed to say. I was supposed to say that before the cutoff, that outdated drafter, though they are getting all these kills and staying kind of powerful, they're not really that ahead. It's really even by Aventus over here that's continuing to hold the gold, getting whatever kind of go and going after these bounties that's on outdated drafters over here. You can say that now the gold lead with the Baron has swung all the way to the other side. This roller coaster is now 2k goals ahead for Adventus.
Yeah, suddenly J4, I think one of the key things that has been happening all around the map is J4 has been getting the kills, but he is not getting ahead in terms of the goal. And Ambessa over there is actually being chased down by the side member of Adventus, but here comes the cavalry reinforcement. Trying to get the back line, that is actually J4, but he has to be careful not to get bursted down before doing a lot of other things as well. But this Corky is already very, very strong. But then again, Jax is the one taken down first. Not until Intentions sweeping away two of the key members from the outdated drafters, nailing the ace from the side of Adventus against this Malaysian Singapore Brunei representative. Oh
And
no.
I think they can end with this push. Yeah, Adventus, the Philippine kings of the jungle, actually winning a game against outdated drafter on this first match for this series.
Wow, that I mean, looking at the game timer, we can say that the king of the fast tempo is still them. Adventus is still the best when it comes to playing such a fast tempo game, such a very very early to mid snowballing type of composition.
Yeah, and it's also this fearlessness by the Aventus side. Whenever they're behind, they still hold their goat lead pretty evenly against outdated drafter. And after that, getting picks off like that J4 and Abessa in the Baron before the Baron start mean that they were able to swing the goat ahead. So you gotta give them props. It's not a one role diff, it's a whole team diff because they played it better.
I mean, I guess I can see why Vi is intentionally banned throughout the entire of those draftings happening in our live stream from yesterday until today. Um, that Vi is very, very tanky, but at the same time, she's killing it. She's moving in, grabbing someone, punching a lot of team members, the opposing team members, and suddenly she's been racking up kills as well as assists, getting good KDA onto her name. Wow, Zach, very fast first game. So I guess we will see later whether our Malaysian Singapore Brunei representative can equalize the game, or it will be a match point where we will see two Team Philippines at the upper bracket final. Stay tuned with us and see you soon. Welcome back again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are already in the second draft for the games between the representative of the MSB region, the outdated drafters, going up against the representative from the second seat of the Philippines, the Adventus Negus. And we are already um, the second band champions for the first phase of these two teams in the second game of the second semi-final of the second best of three in our today's live stream. So, Zach, what are you going to look at from these two teams?
Yeah, looking at the two teams now, we are seeing the banning draft once again being targeted onto the same champions. That being, once again, a Viego, Lee Sin, Irelia for outdated drafter side, and for Adventus Negus, they are trying to get that Nocturne and Zillion off of their list.
Now,
And ooh,
Rumble. Okay, all
Rumble.
right. So, a little bit different way to approach the banning phase from the side of Adventus, but they have shown that they have the quality to be one of those top contenders to win it all in our WSPL 2025. But we must not undermine what the drafters can bring to the table for us, because at least we can see by J4 part everything is already played out and is not going we are not going to see them again. And finally, Rel, this support is really popular. I mean, since yesterday the pick rate is so high for this champion. But what more to say in opposed to that Atrox? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, these
Both of them
champions.
have like high pick rate due to what they can bring to the team fight, especially Rel. But unfortunate onto the Rel side, they have not been able to get her to work out in most of these team fight, especially with the comps that they are going on. They weren't able to try and get her to support the team as well as most people want. So now you're looking at outdated drafter as can they be able to make the rel work, especially now that they're thinking of having a Graves that's going on to the top or as a jungler.
Hmm. Graves. This is a champion that I don't see much, but yeah, they are going to take something much more easily executed like Oriana, but uh, they might still going to take something else that we might not be able to think of from the side of OD. But then again, Ezreal is picked up by the Adventus. Uh, Israel has been really good. Provide us with very nice highlighting moments in the previous matches, but in the past we saw that Kaisa is among the champion that can actually deal with Israel easily in the lane.
Oh, and it's gonna be
Akali.
an early mid for the Adventus side. Finally, we're able to see this from another game and another team other than from what we saw of the Fearless against Absolute Zero fight.
I
And I
think Akali is used by the Adventus as well yesterday. Is it them? Oh no, it's the Faithfulboiz. I think it's Faithfulboiz.
yeah, and so going into the second ban, it seems like they're going to pick off top laners, especially now seeing a ban onto Renekton as well for outdated drafter. Now targeting more onto the jungler side with a ban onto Shyvana.
So the Shyvana is among this. I can see that Shyvana Alkali is one of the highly sought by the Philippines side of players, which I think has been shown to us that why they are must ban for team that going up against them. And Zinzao is finally banned, although left untouched throughout the entire matches in both of these best of threes that we have tonight. We saw Zinzao yesterday is doing really gruesome things And yeah, sadly that it's not that popular, although it's left open.
Yeah, and on Outdated Drafter, they are gonna ban a Karma, meaning that they don't want the Ezreal to have a fellow poke champ that can annoy this Kaisa and Rel onto the bot side. So instead of drafting a Karma, Aventus might have to pick a Fiora instead, meaning that Aatrox or Fiora is gonna be going to the jungle lane.
Now I believe they might want to have a support that is more tankier for the side of Adventus, because Fiora and Aatrox are both very, very damage
Wukong?
oriented kind of champions, and we have seen Wukong just now. It's not working as intended, but we are looking at a different team. They might be able to make it work and make it happen with this Monkey King. But yeah, let's take a look. What else do they have in store for us? And yeah, Camille has actually escaped the banning phase this time around, Zach.
Yeah, and I think so. That means that the Wukong is going jungle can provide more for the team. The problem that we had with Wukong on the top side is that he's more of a tank and has been forced to deal with whatever kind of annoying champions that happen to be on the top side. So now having Wukong on the jungle is more utility as well as carry, because with a Triforce, especially Triforce now with everyone picking it up, is gonna be very strong as a first item power spike for this Wukong. And see what other engage and follow up he has with a Rel and Oriana, a Camille to lock them down, and a Kaisa to follow in. They have, for Outdated Drafter, a really strong combo team. It's just everyone layer their ultimate all together and then just bursts you inside a circle. And for Adventus side, they are going for a more squishier and much more poke and early snowballing yet again, with an Aatrox and Fiora for the top side, as well as an Akali, who once again we will say is a very strong champion that can go to the backline and wreak havoc, as well as giving a Janna to Ezreal, giving him more support and more safetyness, and a net to catch himself with the ultimate to push the enemy away, except for the Camille, if she were to ultimate him.
I think this Janna is actually going to be really, really troublesome for the side of the other drafters, because now this Akali can really go anywhere that she like, whether it be so far behind or even at the front line on the side of Aventus. But with Janna being there, she can heal and provide enough CC for Akali to maybe get at least one or two or three champions from the side of OD for the side of Adventus. So it all boils down to how easy both of these team is going to execute their own set of combo wombos. But I have to say that the Adventus game plan is far more clearer, and the way that they need to arrange who goes in first, who goes out yet, I think it's much more easier on the Adventus side.
Yeah, and for the Outdated Drafter side, they do need to be careful and be reliant on supporting as well as trusting their own teammate to kind of layer their CC down, layer their ultimate down to burst down the enemy. You cannot be fighting 1v1s or skirmishes with this team comp. You can only go for objective and try your best to catch someone and do an extravagant explosion of abilities onto your enemies. So now going into the Rift, I will hope that both teams are able to play the way they want to do. And best
Yep.
of luck to both on this game number 2.
Yes, we can either be at the equalizing game or the match point itself for the side of the Aventus. Do not forget that all these teams are actually fighting to grab their hands onto the large prize pool provided by none other than the fun esports fund initiatives by the Ministry of Youth and Sports in the government of Malaysia. A total of 10,000 Malaysian ringgit is stacked on the line for all winners at the top at placement. And these teams are actually on the secured side, so they just need to win more to get more, I guess. But otherwise, yeah, they have to do something about it on the side of OD. Will they let Adventus go ahead again as fast as possible in the side? But then again, this bottom lane is very surprising to see Oriana is actually down here compared to Kaiser, which is sent to the mid lane. Is this pre-planned, or what do you think, Zach?
This must be a pre-planned laning phase that they're trying to do. They're trying to get Kai'Sa to get more gold against this Ezreal, meaning that because she have the range, she can deal with Akali better on the early stages, as well as putting Oriana on the bot side. While she will lose out on most of the gold, especially because of the poke that comes from Ezreal and Janna, it does mean that they're trying to put all their eggs and their XP gold onto this Kai'Sa, hoping that later on in the later stages, if they're able to catch someone, this Kai'Sa is their ultimate to go in and burst that Ezreal or whoever they catch down.
But knowing Adventus, they really know how to execute it and how well they can really actually do it to fed one person inside their team so that that particular person can hard carry the whole team all the way to victory. So this time around, they might be looking at the potential of making not yet anything happen. Both of these teams is actually playing a little bit more defensively, but not so much on the side of Adventus. This land duo is actually very fast and very to the far end of the front against their minions as well.
Yeah,
And the
and
turret down here is actually so low already, is that?
yeah, and 2 minutes in, you can see how much damage this Ezreal can do to a tower. While they're putting their back onto Kai'Sa for the late game, it does mean that they have to sack something out so that they can get the Kai'Sa into the late games. Again, that being that they have to sell off the bot tower. Now having almost 3 plates gone in 2 minutes time, Adventus over here are playing in a really fast pace to try and outpace the Kai'Sa's gold lead.
This is going to be a little bit harder for the side of OD, but I guess anything can happen. Looking at the total goal, we can see that OD got a little bit more compared to Adventus, but see what happened last game. Even though with a higher net worth on the side of OD, still Adventus is able to take out the champion, the opposing enemy champions, and end the game pretty convincingly for this Philippines team. And
Yeah.
again, nothing is out of the ordinary yet.
Yeah, other than that, on the bot side, Ezreal, you're putting your Kai'Sa onto the mid to try and get a gold lead, but the problem is now with the Oriana and Rel on bot side, they can't deal with the poke that's coming from this. Trying to catch the Ezreal off guard with that Oriana ultimate, but the Shockwave not being able to do much just keeps this Ezreal gold going. He's already pretty ahead, around 500 gold lead against this Kai'Sa that they're putting onto the mid side.
Even Atrox is farming well compared to the side of OD's top laner, which is Camille. They're really close. Even when we see that these two champs is actually just unleashing against each other, but still both of them has almost equivalent amount of goal as of this 5 minutes into the game, showing both teams actually really playing with their played tactics as best as possible. Now on the bottom side, even Adventus is actually pushing and shoveling it against the turret of the side of OD. Oh, this turret on the side of Adventus Drafters is actually very low already.
Yeah, and you also gotta give credit to Agnes Tachyon on this Akali right now. Being able to shove his lane means that he's able to come out and roam around onto the top side and into the blue objective jungle of outdated drafters. He's just keeping the Kai'Sa into this middle ground where she's unable to go anywhere.
Oh,
Oh,
there's an ultimate actually unleashed by Zisune, but even with that, there is nothing to be gained yet unless he's actually losing the turret instead. Now, I think this is the favor of the battle is slowly moving towards Adventus with how they move around the map at the early part of the stages of the game. Now, um, again, still just poking around and no commitment or overcommitment by both team. Maybe over here there is something going to be happen. Emotion poking his the spear onto an enemy champion. I think that's no, it's actually Comet played as Jana over there. Not really actually giving anything to both sides of the team yet as of 10 minutes into the game.
yeah, and now you can see the problem with outdated drafters champ selection with Love JL over there already kind of getting low. He's not able to fight in the team fight and try to jump in with his ultimate and provide that CC for that Rel or that Oriana to layer down the damage. And it's that problem that you have with the outdated drafters comp. You need to execute yourself wisely as well as not try to get outpoked it by whatever Adventus have to try and jump them and get your damage all out. And with that in mind, you just lost both objectives with ease. You're not even contesting for a Herald or a Drake
Oh,
trade.
still moving around. Nothing much is happening in the game, right, Zach? I mean, this has been pretty passive and pretty dormant compared to other games that we have saw yesterday and today as well.
Yeah, and un- oh, Aatrox?
Okay. It's very, very far ahead, but will he be able to, with the flash already burned out, but still that Wukong will be able to move ahead? Yeah,
Yeah, and it's gonna be a
this,
trade.
I mean, like it's an overextension from the side of Adventus actually, but it's a trade, and the end result is still favoring Atrox more than Camille.
Yeah, with all the enemies from outdated drafter being Love JL also going to top side, mean that they were able to punish it, even though Manila over there had to die because of the fact that he doesn't have a top tower anymore. His team Adventus was able to get the bot side tower, including the mid side tower, meaning that now they have the bigger vision. Other than for outdated drafters now needing to force themselves in with a lot of their team members together.
Now this is going to be slowly taken away by. I'm not sure whether Adventus can take it over, driving in the driver's seat when going up against this draft and line up from the side of OD. But OD is also not showing that much of a dominating gameplay as well. They are like playing on their back foot. Maybe the defeat in the previous game get ahead a little bit ahead of themselves. But here comes again Zisune is actually surrounded by four of the members from the Adventus Philippines. They're actually moving as a pack. Although you see that they are separated from each other, they are actually thinking alike, almost like a pack.
Oh, and got giving credit to Adventus right now, though the game is slow, they are trying to get all leads they can possible. With updated drafters comps not really able to do much other than objective, they can just push themselves with these like solo laners to get as much gold as much freedom as they want with now all three first towers for outdated drafter going down.
But I think they should not. I mean, should not let this ADC from the opposing team runs free without getting punished as well. Yeah, just look at the map. I mean, the way that OD is able to shock land is very very good. It means that they know how to control the map really well, but they are still benching a lot of their opportunity. Okay, as you can see over here, the net worth is not so far. They might have a better power spike compared to Adventus, but they are not able to get anything from all this. I mean, yes, Kabil is pushing at the top side, and then bottom side sometimes it's the Kaisa goes over to actually defend the turret, but yeah, nothing pretty much happened. When you see the enemy champion from the side of Adventus, you believe that you cannot do anything to them.
Yeah,
And that
and
is a
now
problem.
on outdated drafter side, it seems like most of their focus and time right now is more into lane pushing, using Camille on D Sesune on Camille to try and push as much prior on top lane, as well as grouping up as a four-man to take the mid tower means that they can get some of that vision, the fog of war to help them on their engage on whatever team fight they might try to catch later on this Baron.
Mhm. As you can see, the Baron is now alive and is being eyed up by a lot of champions from both teams. Jana is the one actually that provided the signal, the call needed for his team to actually go towards the Baron land, but the team actually knows their cans
Oh,
and their cannots. Uh, okay, so we see that emotion over here, one of the best Nami that we have seen in the tournament, is slowly picking at the side. This is going to be an ambush, but not until Adventus is actually the one that started to release and unleash all hell's fury onto the outdated drafters. Now it's just a cleaning up process. It's going to be a rush in, a chase by the side of Adventus, but not until intentions actually taken down by the Zesuni while the engagement is still happening. But the Aurora, the Oriana is still able to get Manila. Top laner from the side of Adventus has also died during the small chase that's happening. But
oh,
still
it's
again,
too
they are
going.
trying to push against it. Zesune over here is still able to stay alive, but not Oriana. William not at his best today. Played as Twisted Fate in the previous game, still uh, being bullied around by the opposing team. Ventus compared to Akali is already 2-0-1 on his KDA, and I believe they are not going to wait too much because they know that this might be the only opportunity for them to get something that is going to bring them far ahead. But that is the Wukong unleash the spin, hitting so many of the enemy champions,
Oh,
but not necessarily being followed up well. But then again, the red team slice and dicing up Kaisa, not being able to do anything much more. Zisuni as well as this Wukong, and also emotion all taken down now with no threats left. They are going to go at it at the Baron. Adventus, after such a calm game, such a passive, aggressive kind of playstyle, suddenly then move into their fast tempo yet again, Zach.
yeah, and now you can see that Aventus, this game was calculated from the start. They knew what was going on and they keep themselves calm. And now you're looking at the punishment by Adventus onto outdated drafters. They have played the game too passively. They have not taken a single objective at all, rather saving themselves and trying to farm up gold. But the thing is, they're not able to get their gold lead ahead against the enemies. The enemies on Aventus, they are holding the gold lead very firmly with 3k, and now with a Baron means that they can take this tower slowly and freely.
I mean, the way Adventus is actually doing their land wave clearing man, it's like magic. Where do they get all this money came from into their bank accounts? But then again, the fight is going to break out very very soon. Looking at Kaisa actually unleashes her skill onto the side, maybe trying to gain some vision, but the vision is not so important when you have Fiora on the bottom side, also shoveling up the lanes, being very, very fearless. The Philippines now, Zizune is trying to do something, but he's actually a little bit at the front and has been taken down from the by the Philippines. Now they are forced to engage, even though that they are already at the disadvantage state against this lineup from the Philippines. They are rushing in behind the infinity turret, being punished for that. But it just goes to show how far ahead suddenly that they have become with their rushes in almost to the fountain of the side of OD. Adventus waiting in, lying in ambush, defect retreat to maybe catch someone that is chasing blindly. Israel ultimate unleash fully hit onto two champions from the side of OD. Explosive over there. Maybe
Oh, they're
trying to
Kali.
break open again. Oh no, this Wukong, this emotion is actually the one that is very very low. But take a look at the movement over here. This Sune is actually trying to go at the front, maybe trying to catch someone off guard, but not yet, and he is not able to utilize it fully. All of the champions from the members of this so low, and Atrox is just going to do a cleaning up process, not having tank anything on the side of Adventus. They're only low onto this Akali and Ezreal, not feeling the threat from the side of OD. OD is against on the back foot. Take a look at this Fiora. He's actually playing his own game. Just now, he's actually doing the land shoveling at the bottom side, not caring for his teammate. Now, Zisude is actually pinned down from the inside of his own base. But still, the hook out until the Ezreal ultimate hitting him suddenly from the side, the middle of the lane. Wow. Wow. It's non-stop action from the get-go. And I don't believe it, Zach. Suddenly we have the Adventus King.
They tried. Outdated drafter with their comp, they tried. They tried their hardest to push Adventus to playing their style, to playing slowly and trying to get the lead late game, but was punished instead. Adventus, the kings of Philippines, are now in to the top two.
Take a look at this. I mean, hands down, these two teams are amazing. I mean, the way they play it, the way they plan it, the way they arrange and execute, as well as the implementation wise, flawless. Both of their opponents actually played the game into the palm of their own hands. They thought that they have the control or the pace of the game in, but suddenly both numerous times the Philippines, I think let's make it 4 times that suddenly both fearless as well as the outdated drafters being catch by a surprise from the movement of Faithfulboiz as well as Adventus. Wow, Philippines are really really getting in very, very strong in this tournament now, Zach.
Yeah, and you gotta give props to both teams. They played really well, both as a snowballing as well as when they're on a back foot, when they're supposed to be on the losing end of everything. They still keep themselves up, get the goal that they need, and when the time comes, they strike them down really, really hard. Even in that fight, it was an unfortunate by outdated drafter. They just took too long to try and get them snowball and never try to engage and try to get some kind of gold. So in the end, it was just the fact that they were not doing what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to catch someone in an objective with their ultimate and win a team fight through sheer numbers and burst damage. And it was Adventus that found out their comp, knew what to do, and in the end won their game number 2.
Yeah, GGWP for the side of Adventus. And looking back at brackets just now, um, absolute zero lose the loss against 1.5 odds, making it three of teams from the Philippines. Is already very far ahead of the WSPL 2025, and the last king is able to get it done from the Bumblebees. Myanmar is no more in this tournament, I guess, and the last king is going to be facing uh, Fearless. It's actually dropped down from the earlier best of three series that we have today, and while the outdated drafters is going to go up against the 1.5 odds later. So we only have from these three regions, Indonesia, Philippines, as well as the MSB, left inside this tournament up until today. And we still going to have some matches that's going to be happening tomorrow before we see the climax and the ending of our tournament sometime later in the next week's weekends. With more and more matches, intense matches going to be played out by all this team. Anyway, congratulations for those who actually have advanced against their own opponents. I guess it's GG for those that is actually able to make it this far. The top 8 will be able to get some prize pool to themselves, at least for making it until today. And then for those on the top 12, sadly will not be able to win anything yet, but maybe in the future they will be able to present themselves and maybe scouted in a much bigger team, much better composition and whatnot. But as of today, we are still almost to the end of our live stream, so we would like to remind everyone this will be your last chance to post some comment into the live stream in TikTok, so that you can stand a chance to win a rare skin giveaway by the Riot themselves. Thank you so much, Riot Games, for providing us with the opportunity and recognizing us as one of the community event for Wild Rift in the Southeast Asia region. So, yes, Zach, any ending remarks before we go for our sponsors?
Not really much remarks that I have in mind for today. Only that it was nice to cast with you all tonight yet again, with all the things going on as well as the matches that we are watching. I do hope that, of course, with this event that we have going on, it will help our region as a whole to try and have more fun and more competitiveness into Wild Rift as a whole in our side of this Asia region.
Yes. We hope that there will be more people and more parties out there that will join the Dana Isukan KBS, the esports funding initiatives provided by the Ministry of Youth and Sports in the Government of Malaysia through ESI and Rakan Muda, as well as Rakan Muda Digital, in providing a more opportunity for a lot more Wild Rift related events in the future. So once again, we would like to thank our organizers, main it up by Instalok Esports from the land of Borneo in Sarawak here, co-organized by Unimas Esports Club and official student club from the public university here in Borneo Island, which is University of Malaysia Sarawak, as well as our strategic partner for the live stream and technicalities provided by Gizmo Gamers Esports Arena, high quality stream throughout the entire 4 weekends together, as well as a big shout out to the community WSPL for making things go this far and happen. So we are totally supported by the job on campus from Unimas as well. So I guess that will be the final remarks for us for tonight. Thank you once again, Zach, for being together with me for tonight. We will see you again maybe sometime in the future, maybe in more events, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, please stay with us, okay? Please stay with us for more events to come. So I guess that marks the end for the live stream today. I am Sir A, and together with me, Zach. Signing off.